Alright, here are my first impressions of the HDZERO goggles after flying around and through my house with Mobile 6 HD there. First off, I really like these. These are going to be my go-to goggles for the 2023 season, as well as just freestyling. So first thing you might notice is the green sheen that the gray plastic kind of has. It reminds me of a Nintendo 64, and it if you have one of those laying around, go and kind of look at it, hear that. They definitely feel put together. Look at those seams, pretty tight in there. What also is pretty tight is this IPD adjustment. You see I'm putting quite a bit of little twisty pressure and push pressure, and it doesn't really go until you want it to move. So I feel pretty comfortable with throwing them in the bag and not worrying about them becoming unfocused. One thing though is these lenses, I still have the cover on because I don't want to peel them off just yet. My eyelashes don't graze them at all. In my HDO2s, my eyelashes would definitely hit every time I blinked, so very distracting there. But the faceplate seems almost perfect for my face. It's a little wide on the wide set and a little too narrow on the narrow set, so I'm just going to add some foam around this area on both sides. Should get me, speaking of foam, or Velcro I'll add, but this foam is pretty high quality. It feels similar to whenever you get the newbie drone foam broken in. So it's pretty squishy, and just has a nice texture to it that's going to grip against your face. Running these nanos from Emax for antennas. I like the color on that. But I've not had an issue penetrating through my whole house. Love that penetration. But so coming around to the bottom again, so if you have a nose, this is where it's going to go. It's pretty big slot for it, and it's pretty close to those lenses, so it feels really comfortable right at the front of the face and the nose. It doesn't put too much pressure down on there. So that's one of the gripes, is just how there's not a middle of the road faceplate. There's wide and there's narrow. One thing I wish is that there was a little sticky like silicone coating on the back, but I'm just going to go to Hobbs Lobs and get some fabric glue that's going to be a little sticky right there. And also one thing while I see it is there's no real back button to this. Would rather have had a back button than to long press the center just to race through the menu, but I do like this cogging wheel. Little ASMR for you. Reminds me of that beater you drove in high school. But let's turn them on and see how loud these are. So they seem to get a little quieter every time I start them up, but this fan is pretty loud. On the sides, it's pushing a lot of air. The center fan is not really that loud, and it's a little lower pitch than the side fans, but it also sucks quite a bit of juice running those three fans and the VRX. And got it going through a sick cable right now. It's my big 4S pack, but the cable it comes with is a pretty thick silicone coated cable with a pretty good barrel connector. It doesn't look like it's going to wear out. And then a name brand AMAX XT30 or XT60. I do really wonder what kind of amp draw whatever is in there can handle, to see about running a rapid fire also. So it's going to be pretty wide after that rapid fire gets added, but it's okay. Love the rapid fire. One thing I've noticed that I'll demonstrate here too. I'm going to turn them off, unplug. Plug it in, turn them on, and I'll go through that loud startup again. But one thing I can really mention is, let's wait till the menu comes up, but the chirping that comes from a low battery. So this battery is almost used up, but I think the amp draw is a little too much for this battery. You hear that chirp. Let's look at the menu here. So you see the edges, they're pretty sharp. Those corners, they're not bent, There's no kind of fish eyeing. You can see how that image just looks really nice in there. The field of view feels really on par with the HDO2s, but there is no looking through a tunnel effect that you get with those. I'm gonna have to get some tiny whoop stickers to go up here and maybe up top. Whoop whoop. Really liking that switch. It feels pretty nice, about like a gaming system switch. Just wish the barrel connector might not have been so close to it, because it does interfere a little bit. My fingers can't really fit in between there. But I'm really enjoying these, and the I don't know if I mentioned, it just feels locked in. But thanks, Carl. Thanks a lot for my new toy. Thanks, Ryan Quallet, for letting me try some on at Champs. I knew I would be buying these goggles that day. And I look forward to any kind of upgrades. And well, the menu is already really good, and I know that there are some improvements that can probably be made, but I really like the menu too. This dog is tired of me talking already. But look forward to slaying it in the 2023 season. So hope you enjoy.